following is a presentation of TFNN. The Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. Brought to you by Nadex. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Tommy O'Brien, and Daryl Martin.
Welcome, folks. Tommy O'Brien. Tom O'Brien, we appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Right now, we have the Dow Industrials down 150. You get the NASDAQ off 40. S&Ps are down 15. Gold has caught a bid here. We're up 11.50 at 11.27. Silver's up 13 cents, $14.38 an ounce. Platinum is up $3 at 8.74. Oil is down $1.38 at 32.23. Bonds, the 10-year is off 5 ticks. The 30 is off 4. King Dollar is giving it up once again, down 607 ticks, 99.04. And folks, if you haven't test drove the Nadex platform yet, come over to our website at TFNN. You're going to see the banner on the top, on the side. You can hit that banner, bring it up. They'll put $25,000 of paper money into your account. You can see how these contracts trade. It's a defined risk type of exchange. Bottom line is that in this type of market, that's a beautiful thing. And when we talk about the beginning of the week, we've had huge volatility.
Already, right?
Already. You know,
a couple hundred points, one way or the other at the open.
Totally. And it's February 1st.
It's February 1st.
So, you know, you have window dressing going on now. What's so wild about this, folks, is that, you know, window dressing is the last couple days of the month. So specifically what window dressing is this. And by the way, window dressing is illegal if, in fact, the funds would ever own up to it, but no one's ever going to own up to it. So this
it's illegal if you're doing it probably to manipulate markets, right?
So this is what it specifically is that let's say me and you have a portfolio, a big portfolio, right? And inside that portfolio, what happens is, you know, you got Microsoft, you got all these good stocks, right? Well, what ends up happening at the end of the month, what you'll try to do is that you want to buy those stocks, okay, so that you can lift your portfolio a certain amount, okay? Now, what happens is this, is that it's not just one fund. It's just done, okay? That's the last couple days. Now, the first couple days of the month is really a pleasure for all the funds because it's not like if we were the customers now. It's not saying, I want to buy this. What happens is that there's so much 401k money in the marketplace that money always comes in. Right. So those fund managers know, have a pretty good idea how much money is going to come in. They can keep that up. And it's so when I say that the illegal part of it, specifically that no one, not even just an individual, supposed to be pumping an
You're not
equity.
supposed to manipulate markets. That's
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But well, it's not hard to do on equities when you know how many funds own so much stock.
Sure.
Okay, and you know it's so anyway.
I mean, everything is buying and selling though. That's what you know. So it's not as. That's it. I don't look at it as cynical.
Oh, I do. I do. I mean, it's how
you're expressing that very clear. That's
because it's how the industry keeps bringing money into the marketplace.
Sure, I understand. Okay.
You know, I mean, anyway, the aspect of what we had out here on Friday, that was a nice pop. Now, what's going to be intriguing here today is this pullback on lighter volume, and then where are we going to be in the rest of the week? And that's when we look at some of these weekly Nadex contracts. The key, I think, would be, let me pull this up here. So if we looked at this SPY, you know, oh, look at it, it's already rejecting the lower price. So this is pretty cool. This is sick, actually. So watch. If you look at the SPY, folks, on a short-term basis, you can make the argument that it took out these swing points from last week with volume. That's 185 million, and that's 210. You're going against 220, which isn't bad. So even on that basis, you can say, okay, your probability is pretty good that you're going to try to get to that 199. So then, when you look at where you are at some of these contracts at the beginning of the week, that's where, you can make some defined bets. Look at this as we're talking.
Yeah, it's quite a jump.
It's a huge jump. If we go over to the gold market, what you have with the gold market, it looks to me like gold's going to do an ABC up. We've already done 71,000 contracts, and we're going to need, I think it's 124,000. Let me just see. You need over 129,000, but that looks like that we're going to get that. If we get that, if you get a close over the we already hit 129.40. So what we really need now, we need the contract value to get up to a 130, 140. If it holds price, that's even better. So that'd be an ABC structure up to the 165 area. And what's pretty cool about that is that the aspect that gold has moved. On Friday, the dollar went to the moon, and it just couldn't. This is the dollar index now, and it just couldn't stay there. You can see that, it made that lunge. That December 3rd level is a killer. That's what it keeps running into. December 3rd, that had 124,000 contracts. We got it to 99.88, and it's right back down. It looks like it's going to go to the lower end of its range. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. We have the Dow down 97, Nasdaq's off 24, S&P's are down 9. We're going to be right back.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.
Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, oil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. We take your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Tommy O'Brien, Tom O'Brien. We do appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Right now, we have the Dow Industrials are down 100, Nasdaq's down 28, S&Ps are down 9.5. And if we go over and we take a look at the Nadex platform, folks, and we get into, there we go, and we get into the oil market, you can, talk about volatility. That continues.
Yeah. What were we at? $35 last week?
Yeah.
And same thing back down. We're almost 8% off those highs.
Right. And it's amazing, folks, is that there's no doubt that it's not like when oil went from 100, down to, $40 or something, it's not like the market was going down with it. You know what I mean? Because the market was going up. It was continuing to go up. What has happened, though, since it's got to like the $35 level and the $30 level, what has happened is that each and every day where oil is going, it's moving.
It's tracking.
It's tracking it. It's tracking. Like when we first opened, we were down almost 150. Oil was at that 31.50 mark. It pops a little, and as it pops a little, guess what? The market can go a little. So it's really intriguing, watching that kind of play out. Inside the, you get Exxon, pulling back, and what happens, because these such large caps, they don't have to pull back a lot to impact those indices. There you go. See, look at this is interesting too, because Exxon is the biggest laggard inside the Dow,
down 2.6%.
Yeah. Cisco is next. Chevron's next. So
then 3M.
Yeah, 3M's getting hit this morning. 3M is down 1.6. That's not bad though. It's not. Yeah, it's nothing compared to how it went up. Inside the NDX 100, what you have is that the leader out there, Netflix, that's up 322. Seagate Technologies up 2.5%. Taken away from it, Mattel is down 3.3%. What is this one? Oh, Kraft Heinz, that's down 2.6. We're not eating mayonnaise or ketchup anymore. That's not a bad setup. So if we come over and you want to take a look at this, how these platforms trade, folks, what you're going to see, and depending on what you'd want to look at, lately this oil market has been really a nice trade. The reason being is that the volatility has been huge. As we look at this, you have a couple different contracts you can be trading, 10 to 12, 8 to 230. The one that I actually like is the daily, because it gives you, it's a $5 one.
Yes.
And, sometimes
it's the largest spread. It's a $500 spread for the full.
Right. And I don't expect to get that. But
you just like dealing with that on the side.
I do.
Lately you have been getting either $2 moves one way or the other, so if you're in the middle of that spread, you're capitalizing on each way.
You are. And what also happens is that, let's see, so we're at, we're at 32.27. Yeah, and you can see this one here. If you were bearish, you get a 33 at the top, which is meaning the top of the box. Okay, so let's just see. So you'd be paying.
You can just put it in here. That's the easiest way for people to see how they do things. You'd be risking 79.
Yeah,
and that's because you're selling it at 32. Let's call it even 32.25.
Right,
where you're risking. And you're 75 cents off the top of that box.
Right.
So you're risking 75 with like 425 as your profit.
And it's trading at 32.30, so that's not a bad little deal.
You're only paying like 10 cents premium for that.
So this is intriguing. Yeah. So with oil, the way it even moved, that's not a big premium. I've paid more than that.
Sure, definitely.
Last week I was paying like 17 to 24 cents. I paid up to 32 cents.
You were further towards the end of the box when you're paying that premium.
And look at that, though. That's interesting.
You were further towards the end of that box.
I was. So you had more, but that's not a bad bet. That's intriguing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so now that would be the bearish bet. Now let's look for a bullish bet. So 32.
It depends. I mean, this is the ultimate, and this will show you where you're paying the premium. So this was my definition. Now you're outside of the box because the box on this one begins at 33.
Yes.
The market's at 32.28.
Right.
But you can see that you're still going to have to pay 33.09.
Right.
Which is almost 80 cents.
That's a huge
premium.
Yeah.
But the other side of that is that you're paying, you're not paying that full 80 cents in premium. There's 80 cents of premium in there, but you're actually only paying the 9 cents. So you're going to be paying $9.
Oh, yeah. I see, yeah.
For a max profit of $4.91.
That gets interesting.
Yeah,
so that's the lottery. That's a wild card. That's a throwaway. That's a throwaway.
That's a huge gamble. Now, the one, a good play for the bullish side, this would be probably more, it definitely would be a higher probability as in units not making such a gamble. And that's where you're risking 183 for 317, and you're getting it you're only paying 3 to 4 cents over where it's at. So it's almost a 1-to-1.
And what's cool about that one, folks, if you are trading the futures, that would be equivalent, except you don't have the huge downside if you, in fact, get a huge move. Because it's still defined.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not
Yeah.
And so
you're risking about $1.83 per a contract.
Yes.
183, but for the price of oil, $1.83 to the downside exposure.
Totally. Yeah. No, I can see that. And if you go into the gold, let's go over to the gold for a second. Let me just pull this up for a second. So gold is still at the 1127 GCJ6. So what we have done is that you got up to the top of the range. This is sweet for all you gold bugs out there. So we got to the 1129.40, and that's where the volume is on this contract also. So that sets up probability that you're going to go test it again, and we'll see whether it can get up and over it. Because this gets up and over it. You remember, if this is an ABC structure, folks, A to B is a straight line move. B to C is a choppy move. Now, this B to C, if in fact it's going to be an ABC, is going to be a very strong one because it hardly pulled back at all. So if you pull back less, it had lighter volume, that is indicating that there's even more strength inside, in this case, the metal contract. So, today's going to be a big day in that market. The S&Ps, if we go, let's go to silver first. So silver needs a bid. Silver just still doesn't have a bid. What has happened, though, is that the silver equities caught a bid. We sent out the gold report, and what you do have, folks, is that these silver equities caught a bid last week. And what's intriguing about it...
The entire market caught a bid, to be fair, right?
Yeah.
It seems like every stock we've been pulling up is just powerhouse last week.
They did.
Yeah.
You mean in the gold contracts or just in general? Oh, okay, in general, yes. Yeah, they did. There's no doubt. The silver equities were dead in the water, though.
Yeah.
And they come off the bottom. But, so we'll see if they act like the gold market. Because what had happened is that the gold equities had come off the bottom before gold come off the bottom.
Okay.
But silver still needs it. This is Tommy O'Brien. We want to hear from you. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Dow Industrials right now are down 109. Nasdaq's off 29. S&Ps are down 11. We're going to be right back.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you like it does me, visit everbank.com/TFNN to find out what they can do for you. Again, that's everbank.com/TFNN. Visit them today.
EverBank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
TFNN is excited to offer a brand new piece of market scanning software unlike anything the industry has ever seen. John Logan and his team have spent years developing their market profile tools to finally be able to release the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. And right now you can get a 2-week trial absolutely free just by visiting TFNN.com and providing us your name and email address. The TAS Profile Scanner Plus is the premier market profile-based scanner in the industry. Powered by the acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner is a standalone desktop software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Within 3 minutes of signing up, you can have the software downloaded and running on your computer with a complete roadmap of market indicators and inflection points to trade off using the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. Sign up today and try this amazing piece of software by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Thinkorswim. For more information, just click the Thinkorswim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now is down 113. Nasdaq's off 32. S&Ps are down 11. We have gold up 1070. Silver's up 11. Bonds, the 10-year note, the 30-year bond is both down 6 ticks. And as you come over to our website at TFNN, folks, tomorrow night, 6 o'clock, 6 to 7, I'm going to be doing a subscriber event, how currency rates impact gold companies. You can come to that by test driving the gold report. You can test drive it right here, right now. Another edition came out this morning. And
yeah, go for it. Let's keep going, man. You got it.
So you can test drive it. You'll get the edition this morning. If you go under breaking news, folks, you'll see there's a white paper that I just wrote to give you an idea of just how the Rand impacts gold companies. What was so cool is that this morning we have a listener down in Mexico, and he buys a lot of heavy equipment.
Okay.
And he was calling into Larry's show, and he was talking about the peso. And so picture, this is applicable in Mexico in a huge way also, because the peso has just gone from 12 peso dollars to $1 US to 18.
Okay.
And he was talking about the aspect that he buys heavy equipment, and then he used to sell it in Mexico. Now he's leasing it out. But that's amazing. That so dramatic. I think Mexico is a lot closer for us to go take. Mexico is a lot closer for us to go take a vacation.
Mexico's got a lot of stuff going on now.
Yeah, right.
It's not even,
no road trip to Mexico?
No, I'm saying that Zika virus too is down there. Not that it affects me,
well,
but
that's it's heavy.
Oh no, I think there could. I don't know. Is it in Mexico? I should know better.
It's Central America.
Yeah.
But that's scary. There's no doubt about it. But so the cool thing, folks, is this: is that when you're analyzing, especially these mining companies, you want to understand what currency that their expenses are in and what currency they get paid in. And the mining business, they're getting paid in U.S. dollars. The gold business, they're getting paid in U.S. dollars. And it makes a huge difference. So check it out on the front page of TFNN. You can sign up for the gold report right now, be in the workshop tomorrow night. And the difference is, as I've said a few times, is one thing of making the money. It's another thing if it's smart management, they made the money and then they pay the debt down. So watch how this would work, folks. Let's just say, I'll keep it simple. You take a $100,000 peso loan out. And if we took that loan out, no, make it 120,000. Take 120, because that would be 12 to 18.
Sure.
Okay, you take 120 peso loan out to the dollar, right? And then all of a sudden, you're getting paid that dollar. Okay, and then all of a sudden it's 18.
Right. You got your 180 now.
You got 180.
Pay back the 120, you get 60 left.
Right. And you've just reduced.
Or you only need one.
That'd be 33%. You've reduced.
Yeah. It costs you, 2/3 of what it used to.
Which is just amazing.
Right.
I mean, it's like crazy. It's like.
Yeah. No, it's huge effects, and that's. I mean, you saw you had Harmony in the gold report, and you had action on that, and that was, 100% move, and it has a lot to do with simply just, gold's been doing well during that time as well. But no other equity has been up 100%, right? Because it's
no doubt.
Yeah,
and
400%, not even 100% over them.
That's right. And folks, if you do have Harmony and you're not in the gold report, we sold it this morning, okay? And I'll show you why we sold it, okay? Because first off, the run was extraordinary, but this is what's so cool about what you can do with some of these equities, and what it is that Harmony. In South Africa, I could see it trading yet last night, actually, when I was doing the gold report. I says, oh, man, okay, I can see what's happening here. And it come off the Highwood volume on Friday, and what's sticking out like a sore thumb is the first day that we were looking at it like, wow, what has just happened here, which was on December 11th. It gets up to 1989 Rand dollar, and it was huge. So bottom line, we'll see where this shakes out, but that's telling me that guess what? You can get a very large pullback, and nothing would be wrong with the equity, by the way. Because the equity went up from 813 Rand dollars to 3,300, or if you went in the U.S., it went from a price point of, 58 cents to
$2.
$2. So bottom line is that, you do what you want to do, but the correlation there, for me, would be that you're going to get something's going to happen that's going to pull back. It's going to be really wild watching.
You could sell at least half your position if you're up 100%.
Right.
So.
Right. And how many
three-quarters of it?
And how many times you're up 100% in 4 weeks? It doesn't happen.
That's really
it doesn't happen. Do you know what I mean? So.
Yeah.
What is intriguing is that we'll see a couple of these equities too going after their swing highs today. Rheingold, if you're in that business, you want to watch Rheingold like a hawk, because Rheingold, is a leader out here. It's going into its swing high today of 72.07. We'll hit 72.23, and we'll find it needs 1.1 million. It's going to be close whether it gets it, but that's the leader thus far. We go back into the marketplace. Let's go over and see what that oil contract has been doing. Yeah, so it's kind of staying in the same range. It's looking like this thing, just wants to test the lows once again and get people a little nervous here. Not the lows of the contract. I don't see this tasting the lows of the actual contract that's trading. I'm just saying, we're down $1.32.23. Yeah, so we're about down $1.38. I could see it getting into that $30 level though.
Yeah, I just pulled it back to. I know what you're. Yeah, no, that's a much bigger move. I mean, you're looking like in here or something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
into some congestion.
Yeah,
because the way this market has traded,
I think this is just, and it's tiny on the chart, and we'll zoom it in, but just visually to right down here.
Right.
Or that's 3160, but yeah.
Yeah, that should well
this area of action right here, which was a good like last week entirely, basically huge. Until it popped at the end of the week.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that was where, and that's what tends to happen, is that they love to come back to the breakout area. If you get lighter volume, well, that's a good little scene, Bonds are going to be the big thing out here, man. The 10 and the 30, it's just hanging at those highs.
Yeah.
Yes. And listen, yeah. If you haven't refinanced, I'm thinking of refinancing too. It's like, oh my God, hold it. This thing just, this 10-year, folks. This is pretty amazing. We're at 1.949. That's intense, folks. And, you know, it's like, wow. That means that, you know, a 30-year is down pretty dramatically. You know, when you go from we were at 2.4 about 6 months ago.
Yeah.
You know, that's 0.5%.
It is.
And it's 0.5% on 2.4, so that's like a huge move.
It is.
And it's a particularly huge move.
It's 20% down, you know,
on our mortgages because they're always real money.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So
real payments.
Yeah, real payments, and for such a long period of time.
Right.
It's going to be wild, man, if, in fact, the rates continue lower. You know, when you look overseas, they're lower. It's like, doesn't seem like that they can, but...
It'd be tough to get them really high, though, in the same...
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Dow Industrials right now down 92. Nasdaq's up 25. S&P's are down 9.5. Gold's up $10. It needs a little more than $10, man. It can't just hang at that line, man. We got to get it up and over that line. You stay right there, folks. We'll come right back.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now is down 100. You get the Nasdaq off 26. S&Ps are down 10. If we go over and we take a look at the dollar index here, DXH6, what you're going to see is that this has come off that high. The high that we're talking to come off is 99.79. You're at 90.07, and this is where it got the surge when the Bank of Japan, this was last Thursday night, when the Bank of Japan, turned around, came out, went negative rates.
Yes.
That thing took off. So this right where we're at, it's actually 99.29, so you're actually underneath that right now. You're at 99.07, so we'll see if it gets any more volume on the way down. And, don't forget, and this is what's so cool if you do trade currencies, when you're over at this Nadex platform, bottom line is that defined risk, you have it, and whether it's the spreads that are set up there or the binaries, and I know I was listening to Larry this morning, and he was talking about the first hour is so important inside the currency markets. And what he was talking, because they trend so dramatically, and he was talking about that it's the European time, folks, that you got to keep your eye on.
I was going to say the first hour of what is the first hour of?
And so the first hour would be. It's very early in the morning. I believe whether he said, let's see, was it 3 o'clock in the morning or 4? It was in that area that he was talking about.
The Open of Europe.
It's the Open of Europe. Okay. It's the Open of Europe that he was talking about. That's where if you're going to trade currencies, you want to be all over that.
Cool.
Yeah, I know. And guess what? I guess there's plenty of people up at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm not going to bed till then. No.
Sometimes, right?
Oh, man, you know what happened last night? This is wicked when this happens. I'm wide awake, right, like at 1:30, and I'm saying to myself, I got to go to sleep. What am I doing?
Yeah.
And it was just that, I know what it was. I finished the gold report at like 10:30 or 11, right?
Yep.
And then, you know what I did? Tommy told me I should watch this series, right? And he told me this about a year ago. It was Ray Donovan. So
okay, nice.
I start watching Ray Donovan, and I couldn't stop.
You're too funny, man.
Me and Bridget, we were saying, we got to go to bed.
That's awesome.
It was one after the other. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So, is he a fixer? Is that, I watched...
He does a lot of things.
Yeah, right.
And I haven't really watched that show much. I did watch it a while back. I probably mentioned it once. I think somebody else was talking about it just recently.
Yeah, so anyway, I watched the
because I'm not even up to speed. I haven't watched multiple seasons, so I don't know what.
I watched 3 episodes.
Nice.
Yeah, of the 3rd season. It's the 3rd season.
Oh, you didn't watch the 1st season?
No.
You guys just do that. Okay, that's awesome. You jump into the 3rd season. Hey.
What can you do?
You can go start from the 1st, but
I know. I guess I'll go backwards.
That would be a way to do it.
Yeah, and find out how he got.
I refuse to do that. That's why I find it so amusing.
How he got to that point.
Yeah, like the beginning of the series.
Yeah.
How he got to that point.
Hey, did you see 60 Minutes last night?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
If you didn't see 60 Minutes, folks, right? It was, that'd be out there for a rerun.
Yeah, and I'm not sure how, I know they have an app. They do a good job of putting it out, so.
Okay.
But they have an app, I think. I'm not sure if it's pay for, but this stuff, I mean, a lot of people can watch that stuff on demand now. You have it,
right.
you just go into your on-demand CBS, and you can watch a lot of programs. Yeah, but you let me know about it, and I was already watching it, and I have it DVR'd anyway, so I can watch 60 Minutes. They have a lot of good stuff usually, but last night was pretty good, right?
It was huge. And what the first part of it, folks, was about a European...
it's basically about set up to try and see what lawyers in Manhattan, how they would respond from some European saying that he wanted to bring money into the country.
Right, from Africa.
From Africa.
And
an African minister maybe.
Yeah, and getting concessions from the mining business.
Right, where he has cash and he doesn't want his name tied to it. And he contacted 50 people, 16 people got him in for like a meeting where he had footage of one guy of those 16 like shut him down immediately. And a couple were pretty receptive, right? To put it.
and one of them that was pretty receptive was the guy that was the head, or had been the head of the bar association.
Yeah, I wouldn't call him pretty receptive in that meeting.
You wouldn't? Okay. So you went along with the ethicist. Yeah. Okay. Okay. No, I can see that. Yeah, because they had Paul Simon on.
Okay. I mean, it was the video, and he seemed to say it many different times,
right?
Especially compared to the other people.
Well, at the end,
painting him.
Yeah.
Well, okay. There were other people who were much worse than him.
Oh, definitely.
To choose him to be the guy that.
No, it was great. One of the best quote, folks, I thought in the whole program was they showed it at the end. As one of the attorneys, and he pictured, I think it's illegal what they did anyway, just to tape them, but who knows where that's going to go, meaning the client, okay?
Yes.
Yeah. But what happened is that at the end, the attorney says to the person that, is trying to set him up, he says, listen, we're a very privileged class, the lawyers. He says, we make the laws, and that's how they start. He did, yeah. That guy was also the most gung-ho, and he seemed
like the sleaziest.
He was.
In terms
There's
of
no doubt.
willing to do anything and saying that they'll go, full. Now, what was more interesting is they interviewed, was it a congressman or senator, I forget, but he said he's trying to pass a bill that says these corporations, one line, who owns them, needs to be in there, and he can't get any traction because the American Bar Association doesn't want it to happen because their lawyers are involved in starting all these companies, so they don't want any more. And they just went over they also went over how bankers are obligated to report something like that. And lawyers are not.
I know.
Yeah.
Isn't
you
that
can
wild?
See how the game is set up, right?
No, it's amazing how the game is set up.
And you look at, they went over how it really has to do with setting up dummy corporations for anonymous corporations.
Right.
In some places, you need more of an ID to get a library card, they said, than you do to set up an anonymous corporation.
Yeah.
So
that's and when they cut to the chase, folks, which is amazing, is that it comes down that they were saying that out of the money laundering statutes, the United States is one of the easiest in the world because of this.
Yeah, no, it's happening big time, and they went over all those high-priced Manhattan apartments.
There's no doubt.
Talking about big money overseas, hundreds of millions of dollars. And some of the lawyers were revealing how it would be done and saying, you're just wiring it into the country through another company, through a company. Just make sure that the guy's money isn't on it in the beginning, and then it goes through the company, and then you wire it into my escrow account, my personal client funding, right? I mean,
can you imagine, folks? You got to watch this because at one point there's a couple things. That poor guy's brother-in-law. One lawyer says to the other, "Your brother-in-law does a lot of that, doesn't he?"
Yeah.
And the guy says, "Well, I don't know if he handles that kind of money."
Yeah, and he said not for questionable money though. But see, that's
thank God he did.
And that's what was important, is that everything they were going to do was fine.
Yeah.
As long as, and that's almost a question, that could be a story in itself. No, even if it is fine, then hiding all that stuff gets a little
No, that's a story.
Weird in terms of, hiding ownership in $250 million apartments in New York.
That's a story for sure. There's no doubt about it. You stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. Dow Industrials right now down 78. Nasdaq's off 18. S&P's is down 750. Gold's holding 10. We want to see it up at about 14, 15. Silver's up 9 cents. Bonds, 10's down 8. 30 is down 11. We're going to be right back.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's 2016 and TFNN has a brand new programming lineup to kick things off. Starting January 4th, Swim Lessons by Thinkorswim and TD Ameritrade will be airing 5 days a week at noon Eastern Time. Join hosts Scott Connor, Kevin Hinks, and Cindy Faber as they host their daily options program live at noon 5 days a week with no commercials for the entire hour. Nico DeHaan and Paige Clark will be moving their program, Living a Primal Lifestyle, to twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7 a.m. until 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Wake up with Nico and Paige and start your day off right. The Bull Bear Binary Option Hour by Nadex will now be live Mondays and Fridays at 10 a.m. Start and end the week with the three hosts, Tom O'Brien, Tommy O'Brien, and Daryl Martin, as they break down the world of trading binary options and spreads. For all the details on the new 2016 programming lineup, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Catch Basil Chapman as he uses his Chapman Wave methodology to call the markets. The Tiger Technicians Hour, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. And don't forget, folks, right after us, our man, Mr. Basil Chapman's going to be coming up with the Growlin' and Prowlin'. Then we go to TD Ameritrade, Thinkorswim headquarters for swim lessons. Steve Rhodes at 1, Dave White at 2. We'll be back 3 to 5. And then, of course, if you do want to come to that workshop tomorrow night, go test drive the Gold Report right now, folks. You'll get the edition that came out this morning, and we'll have that workshop tomorrow night. The volatility continues out here. It looks to me like this is, let's see, oh, look at this, gets even, yeah. This is rejecting lower price. You got 35 million shares, and you're up in 210. Comes down to 191.84. It's going to be a rejection of that from last week, the 191.56 probably. This thing still wants higher price. It's going to be wild watching this whole thing shake out because, you know, as we climb, oh, here goes, shift gears for a second. Wrangle's taking out the swing point. So this is, you know, one of our traders in the den, Z, is looking, you know, gold, bull phrase, new step up. This is the one of them keep your eye on, folks, is Wrangle, because if this breaks away from the 71.66 area today, that'll be a big deal. You know, and when I say break away from it, it's up $1.46, but I'd want to see like 2.46, okay, because that's how this thing can move.
Yeah, it's been a lot of action. That's an interesting chart,
isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, when this thing, you know what the toughest one is here. If you guys, and I know we have clients that are in this, I want to show you something though. And I love Rob McEwen, but this is one of the hardest stocks to read, and it's MUX. And the reason being is that, you know, it's so volatile. For the stock went from 80 cents to $1.20, back to $1, takes off again, and it has the volume. I mean, it has the volume, but it's like, man, you know, the retracement. I guess as deep as any others, but. You know,
yeah, they're big moves for a dollar stock.
They're big moves, and you know he has a huge following, and you know, and
he has a ton of money of his own in there.
He
right?
does.
Yeah.
He does. In fact, if we look at HDC, and what you have in that market right now too is Sun Valley, which is a private equity fund, comes in big. Yeah. So Rob, Rob owns 27.6% of it. Big number. Sun Valley, if you want to see something wild, folks, okay, this is an equity. Now, we don't own this, but I follow this, that is pushed around quite a bit. And it's Exeter Resource. We have Yale on them a lot, quite a bit. So Sun Valley has been coming in buying this stock hand over fist. Look at this. Yeah. They bought, even the January 20th, they bought another $2.5 million. They own 12.79% of that equity right now. They're buying this equity, and they're buying another small equity. It's like I'm trying to figure out, like, okay, what are you guys up to? You know? And it's not like they're always right. I've followed them for 10 years, but they know, what's going on. Look at the NASDAQ. NASDAQ caught a bid.
Yes.
Up 175. And if we go back, let's just go back into the Nadex platform to see where oil is. Let's see what we got here.
This is oil right there.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
And so oil really hasn't, well, it caught a small bid. Nothing much, though.
No. It's down from when we were looking at it, really.
Yeah. So bottom line, that market's moving. Something else is moving inside that market right now. What we didn't do, let's just go check the IBB for a second, because I know some of the tigers in the den were saying the IBB wasn't catching a bid. That's still not catching a bid. You stay right there, folks. I'm Mr. Basil Chapman's coming up next. And then, of course, swim lessons, Steve Rhodes. Thanks, pal.
Thanks, man.
Go get him, folks.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
This is TFNN.